guys, so just wrapped up what I wish I could say was a quick and easy 5-mile run this afternoon, actually tonight. Again, like I've told you guys yesterday in the last episode of the MRSR UNCUT series, in the last episode, whether that was yesterday or today, I can't really remember. I am very, very far behind on my episodes, so I do have to catch up on those I do have to catch up on those really soon, before I get way too far behind as I can't post any of them. So I'm hoping to get caught up on those tomorrow, probably. It is about 8:30 tonight, so that's probably right now it's about too late for me to start editing my videos. But tomorrow I'm hoping that since it is Friday and school will be over and I won't have any homework tomorrow, I'm hoping, because it'll be the weekend, I'm hoping that I don't have to have anything tomorrow, and I'm hoping that I can get most of my videos up that I haven't gotten up for you guys. So I'm hoping that can happen tomorrow, so stay tuned for all of that. Whether this video goes up when I'm doing that tomorrow, I don't quite know. Probably not. It probably won't go up tomorrow because I have a lot of videos to post, even into last week at the time I'm filming this for you guys. But yeah, stay tuned for all those. But yeah, so I wish I could say I just wrapped up about 30 to 45 minutes ago an easy 5-mile run. Sadly, I cannot say that. I will have to say this 5-mile run was not easy, and it was pretty hard, and it was not very quick either. So this, instead of feeling like a quick, easy 5-mile run, it felt like a long, slogging along, like, hard 5-mile run. And I don't normally like to say that about my runs, because not a lot of my runs are like that. But there are those certain runs, those certain days where you just don't feel off. My breathing felt completely off today. My legs felt completely off today. It was just a completely off day for me. So I think I was just set aback by the time. I mean, I was running pretty late, so that might be one of them. But also just because I think I was just off today. I mean, I think I did feel a little bit bloated today. I did feel a little bit, not as light today, and it's not in the morning, so you've had a lot of food today. I haven't had a lot of food, but I've definitely had some food. I've been go all day, so there's just so many reasons why I've had that problem. But I will get to that when I tell you this, when I tell you guys the story all about this run from today. So we started the run probably, I would say, around 7 o'clock. And I just want to talk about, first of all, my breathing. Now, normally I tell you guys not to think about your breathing and everything will go fine. Well, sometimes when you don't think about your breathing, and even when you do think about your breathing, sometimes even when you don't think about your breathing, it still has major problems. And that was what my breathing was today. My breathing was completely off. I think about maybe a mile in, maybe a little over a mile in, I started to have heavy breath, I started to have heavy breathing, and I thought to myself, oh my god, when is this run going to end? And my dad actually suggested he would cut it off short because he just couldn't bear to see me with this heavy breathing on. And I was like, no, I want to go at least 3. That's like the benchmark. I'll cut it off there if I want to. Luckily, we ended up going a lot longer. We ended up actually going the full 5, which is why I can tell you guys I ran the hard, slogging, what felt like slow 5-mile run. The time wasn't that slow. The pace also wasn't that slow. It was actually faster than the run yesterday in the MRSR UNCUT series, which is shocking because yesterday felt so much easier than today. But today, I think we sped up quite drastically at the end. I mean, I think my 5th mile was like 7:33. So it was pretty crazy how drastically we sped up, but that can just prove sometimes my run was very hard, but it can turn around. My breathing today, it was just completely off. I just didn't feel like myself. That was really only for like the first 3 to 4 miles. That was only for like the first 3 to 4 miles, and then after that, once we got past like 3.5 miles, I felt pretty good again. I felt better, and then once we got past 4 miles, I was basically okay again. But again, sometimes you just have those days where your breathing is completely off, and one of those days was my breathing. For my legs, I can still kind of feel my knee today, and we were actually contemplating about doing a track workout today with Griddle hosts nightly Thursday night track workouts every single week, and there was actually not that many people there, so me and my dad were actually saying we're kind of glad we didn't go, because if we did, we probably really wouldn't have anyone there to even run with. But yeah, we did see some people doing it, but again, not a lot of people, so it was one of those weeks where like you just don't get a ton of people there. But yeah, so basically That's really all I have to say for that. My knee did hurt me a little bit, and that's kind of why I didn't want to do the track workout today. I wasn't feeling up to a track workout, and I clearly wasn't even feeling up to an easy run, so a track workout clearly wouldn't have been good. I'm kind of glad I did. I don't really regret going to the track workout. I'm kind of glad that we didn't. I think I got a better run in here today around my neighborhood than I would have at the track workout. I just don't think I was in the position to run a track workout. I don't think I was ready to run a track workout, because normally I'm like prepped ahead of time. I'm just not really ready. I just wasn't really ready in the moment, and I just felt like my body just needs a little extra time to rest. It needs a little extra time to recoup, and just needs a little extra time to, get myself settled. So that's probably all I have to say for my legs. I'm hoping I can get my knee back to normal by next Tuesday. I want it to be 100%, or at least solidly close to 100%, at least 90% by next Tuesday. So when we run Greater Lowell, I will do a lot of work. I'm getting really serious now with the knee. Now the cross-country season is starting. I'm going to do a lot of work to try to get that knee fixed for next Tuesday. So stay tuned, and I will tell you guys all about the journey with the knee. I'm hoping it's not anything. I'm hoping it's just a mental thing. I'm hoping that I can just clear it up and be done with it. Speaking of my mental toughness tonight, it was very hard to stay mentally tough tonight for both me and my dad, and especially for me. I did start crying a little bit tonight on the run. I did start that's kind of led to the heavy breathing, and I did start doubting myself a little bit, but the moment I started doubting myself, I had to tell my mind to turn around. Don't doubt yourself. You are here. You are running this run. You are doing what most people would probably give up on, and even past you would have given up on this pretty quickly. So you just have to remember that you are doing something that is uncomfortable. This is how you're going to grow as a runner. This is how you're going to get better as a runner. You're going to have to put yourself through these hard times sometimes to be able to understand this is what it takes to become the best. This is what it takes to win races. This is what it takes to, get an edge on the competition. When the going gets tough, when the chips are on the table, when everything is, when the going gets tough during a run, you have to just go for it, and you have to just understand that some runs are going to be tough, and not all runs are going to be a cakewalk or glitter and rainbows. I had to tell myself, this run is one of those runs where it's skulls and skeletons. It's not princesses and rainbows. It's not that one. It's not one of those runs. It's just not a good run. It's one of those skeletons and skulls run. It's a miserable, just droughty day, dreary day. It's not a good day. Some days I feel like princesses, rainbows, and unicorns. Other days I feel like skulls, skeletons, and drowsy. It's just the way it is sometimes. I just had to tell myself, this is how sometimes you are going to feel. And for my stomach, I did have some pretty huge problems with my stomach as well. So my stomach felt cramped. My stomach, not so much cramped as though just kind of sick and indigested. I think it was kind of that bloatedness as well. I felt a little bit heavy tonight. I don't know if that's from the food. I don't know if that's just because my body felt that way. I don't know if it's because it was trying to digest something. I don't know if it's because I ate something too early before I ran. I didn't really eat any food before 3 to 4 hours before I ran. Probably 3 hours before I ran, I hadn't had anything up to that point. So I was kind of hoping that I'd be perfectly fine. But again, some days, you just have those days. It's not one of those princess and unicorns days. It's one of those, skeleton and dreary days. So sometimes you just got those days and you just gotta push through it. So clearly you guys can tell that, how I felt on the run, not exactly the best. Although, surprisingly, I think the stats, from what I glanced at quickly, actually result in the fact that if you just read the stats and didn't even watch this video, you just went in the description and looked at Strava, you wouldn't even know that my run was terrible, because I think the stats actually reflect a pretty solid run for me. Again, I even told you guys, the stats actually reflect a better run than what I had yesterday on the MRSR UNCUT series, and I told you guys that one felt, I just told you guys at the beginning of this video, that one felt much easier than this one. So let me pull up the stats for you guys and we can get straight to those. Clearly, as you can tell, I didn't think my run went good, but the stats say otherwise. Today at 7:04 p.m. we started the run, so clearly late. As you guys know, I would have run this morning, but I woke up too late. I woke up later. We all woke up later, so we had to run tonight. Exact distance was 5.07 miles. time was 39:36.7, so a little bit slower than typical, but we started off a little bit slower as well. Pace was 7:48. That's actually a solid pace considering that I was really having a hard time and I just wasn't really my normal self and I felt I had tons of problems. 7:48 pace, it's not that quick for me, but it's not exactly the worst. I've had way worse. Average heart rate was 159. Again, I'm pretty proud of that. It's a little bit high, but again, I'm pretty happy with the average heart rate. Maximum heart rate was 180. The 180 came at the time where I was probably like, I don't know, I was probably in my stage of like the heavy breathing and the crying stage. That was probably the 180. But we passed that. We got over it. The run was actually solidly good overall, but that was just the bad stuff that I told you guys. Again, it doesn't feel like cupcakes and rainbows, I'll tell you that right now. Cadence was 191, so again, between that 190 and 193 to 195 range, definitely the solid cadence. Then ascent and descent, or incline and decline, don't even know how they got this. Incline, 912 feet, decline, 925 feet. I don't even know where they got that, but that is completely off. Even Strava doesn't correct that for me, so Strava can't really help me with that one either. Mile or lap 1 was 7:52.40. Mile or lap 2 was 7:43.53. Mile or lap 3 was 7:52.44. Mile or lap 4 was 7:56.55. Mile or lap 5 was 7:33.77. And mile or lap 6, which was the last 0.07, was 37.98 seconds. So as you guys saw, none of those miles went over 8-minute miles. And again, 740s, 750s, those not exactly that fast. The last mile, 730, I was pretty happy with that. But again, not that fast. But considering all the problems I told you guys about, those stats aren't that bad. My heart rate was pretty on point. I did have a little bit of a high maximum heart rate and even average heart rate, but that was okay. I didn't tell you guys the calories. I burned like 318 calories. That's pretty average for me on one of these runs, maybe a little bit high. But again, I also had food in my system, so trying to circulate and get rid of all that food probably generated a little more calorie burn. But again, yeah, like cadence was pretty good. The incline and decline is never good, so you know that's just one thing from another. But pace was 7:48, and the mile splits didn't exactly look bad either. So overall, I would say this run went pretty good. I am pretty happy with it. Again, very, very much one of those harder runs. If someone told me you can go back in time and do this again, I would say absolutely not. I would never want to go back in time and do this again. This one's one of those runs, once again, just get through it. Yeah, I don't want it to happen again. I didn't like it during the run. I liked it, but I didn't really like it. It was kind of miserable at points during the run, so if someone ever told me you can go back and do it again, I'd be like, absolutely not. But now that I look back on it, considering what the circumstances were, it wasn't exactly the worst run, and the stats also show that it was probably actually a better run, and not a better feeling run, but it was a better stats from point of view stats run than the one yesterday, and the one yesterday felt much, much easier. But yeah, so that's probably really all I have to say for that. If you guys want to go check out my Strava runs, me and my dad, I will have them down in the description below. That has more complex details, that has more complex stats. You guys can go check out different stats down there. If you guys want to go check out any of the other episodes from the MRSR Uncut series also, I will be linking the most recent episode, and I will be linking all the episodes down in the description below. If you guys want to go to my YouTube channel, Michael Robert Shooter Runs, just search out Michael Robert Shooter Runs on YouTube. You can click on my profile picture. It'll be a bunch of pictures of me with me running through all the pictures. And then you go to the playlist tab on the channel, and you hit the playlist titled MRSR Uncut Series. And then you scroll through. All the MRSR Uncut Series videos I've posted will be in that playlist. So if you guys are looking for an MRSR Uncut Series video, every one that I have posted up to this point should be in that it should be in that playlist, including the one you're watching right now. So the one you're watching right now will be in that playlist along with every other video that I've ever posted for the MRSR Uncut series. So please do go check those out. It would really help if we can start also, if you guys can go subscribe, if you guys can like this video. I'm really trying to grow this channel. I'm really trying to make better content for you guys, and I'm trying to upgrade the channel so that we can make better content. That's kind of why I'm trying to pump out content faster, so that we can gain more subscribers, gain more followers, gain more views, and then I can go back to my original content of, trying to make more complex videos. But right now, since I have such a first of all, such a busy life, and second of all, I want to pump out content quickly. I'm trying to get this all out for you guys, so please go check out that stuff down in the description below. And yeah, that's probably really all I have to say for the run. Once again, not everyone's going to be cupcakes and rainbows is the moral of the story. Sometimes you're going to have those hard runs, but you just got to persevere through them. You'll always make it through them. If it's really bad, don't continue, but you can typically always make it through them. I've had the moments where I couldn't, but I've also had the moments where I could. Today was one of those moments, so I was I was proud of myself for doing that. I do have this quote in my room that says, "Know what incomplete feels like," and basically what that means is I don't like not completing my runs when I set out to do them, and that's exactly what I didn't do today. So I like that I'm proud of myself that I didn't quit and not complete the run. So I'm proud of myself for that. But yeah, so that's probably all I have to say for this run today. Please do check out the stuff down in the description, Strava, and for both me and my dad, and all the videos most recent, and all the episodes of the MRSR UNCUT series. And that's probably going to wrap it up for today's video, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the next one. Have fun, always run, never give up on your dreams. Know that hard work always pays off eventually, even if it doesn't pay off right away. And perseverance always makes a difference. Never give up when something gets tough, because typically when the going gets tough, you can always get through it, and you are stronger than you think you are. And peace out, guys. See you tomorrow.